I do wish to take the call. So before the break we were talking about the structure of the New Zealand electricity industry, and I was pointing out to the House that Genesis is our most expensive generator. Over 80% of the time it sets the market price or the wholesale price of electricity that all of the other generators benefit from. And so, sir, when the emissions trading scheme came into effect on the 1st of July, Genesis' cost of production could have been expected to have increased by about 5% to cover the costs of the carbon emissions they have to pay for now burning that expensive coal and gas. And so the only thing that has stopped Genesis from increasing the price of electricity on account of the ETS, I guess there are two things, Mr Speaker. One is the 1 million tonne stockpile. Genesis is sitting on a 1 million tonne stockpile of coal, which I understand they'll take some months to burn through. But certainly by the end of the year, Genesis can be expecting to be paying the 5% surcharge of burning coal. But I guess the second thing that people haven't previously been alluding to is the fact that Genesis actually put through a 4.5% price increase in June. And one of the things they put that price increase down to was the higher increased cost of producing wholesale electricity. So Genesis waiting 6 months for its ETS price increase, but put through 4.5% 3 months before the 1st of July. So I thought it was very interesting that Manaia Mahuta asked the question. She said that, what is the question that Kiwi households are asking? And she answered it by saying that Kiwi households are asking, how do we get the price of electricity down? And of course there was a howl of outrage on behalf of the National Party MPs. And well, they might outrage, Mr Speaker, because we should all remind ourselves that the Labour Party, had they been returned to office, Mr Speaker, would have had an emissions trading scheme that would have come into effect on the 1st of January, where the electricity price would have gone up by 10%. So for Manaia Mahuta to fake concern about electricity prices just defies logic, Mr Speaker, because the Labour Party, had they been the government, we could have expected electricity prices to be 10% higher. But it's not surprising that Mr Brownlee is not prepared to guarantee that these reforms will reduce the price of electricity, because Mr Brownlee knows while there wasn't a 10% increase, the emissions trading scheme we have will actually have a 5% increase. Add to that the 2.5% GST, I think we can reasonably expect electricity prices to come up or increase in the next 12 months by about 10%, Mr Speaker. And I guess finally Mr Hipkins referred to the renewable energy. He said it's a good thing that we have put more wind generation into the system. Well, Mr Speaker, this country has spent hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions, building wind generation. And the blunt reality, Mr Speaker, is that's extremely expensive, probably 2 or 3 times the cost of gas electricity, and that is the reason that gas or electricity prices have increased by as much as they have. Thank you, Mr Speaker.
I call Amy